Mammals with very short lifespans now. But Earth's earliest mammals spent their lives more easily paced than the modern counterparts, but they lived a lot longer. Analysts show that $200 million year old teeth has shown. Using X-ray technology, paleontologists study fossilized teeth of some of the earliest animal mammals, Megalodon shoe-sized insectivores that walked on the earth alongside the early dinosaurs in the Jurassic period. Marine trigressin was now known as the Gormanian and South Wales. Experts from the UK's University of Bristol and Finland's University of Helsinki studied growth rings in the mammal's two sockets and discovered the animals could live up to 14 years, surprising given many modern-day mammals live 1 to 2 years in the wild. Of course, outside of wild, they can live up to the same time. Obviously, the tiny mammals have fallen into caves and holes into rocks, so skeletons and teeth fossilized and remain well preserved. We digitally constructed the tooth roots in the 3D and shown that these animals lived up to 14 years and up to 9 years. And I was dumbfounded these lifespans were much longer than the 3 years we anticipated for the tiny animals of the same size. Dr. L.S. Newman said in a statement, "It is quite mammal-like in the skeleton, skull, and teeth that are specialized to receive from relatively large brains. They probably had hair, but the long lifespan shows that they are more reptilian pace than a mammalian long. The good answer is that the mammals became increasingly warm-blooded from the late Permian. From 230 million years ago to 70 million years later, our ancestors are still functioning like modern reptiles than mammals did," he added. And about the key characteristics of mammals include the warm-bloodedness evolved at the same time. By contrast, the science showed that they had bigger brains and more advanced behavior, but they didn't live fast and die young, and for the full, slow-paced, longer life akin to small reptiles like lizards. While the mammals had a reptilian pace of life, the experts found that they sustained exercise and bone tissue, contained blood vessels and fats of early mammals. And yep, there we go. So that means these animals lived much longer than they realized, and they were more reptilian. So that means our ancestors lived much longer than they realized. Maybe we should have these. We should have this more. Kind of like how humans used to have very short lifespans, but then we learned how to live the more leisurely life, and now we have much longer lifespans, doubling most of the great apes' lifespans, way longer than all of them combined. Great apes usually live up to 30 to 40 years, but we live up to now. Our average life expectancy, depending on countries, is 57 years to even 89 years. So that's basically it. Goodbye.